So what we're talking about today's tip of the week is using unique contact forms across your website. So what this is typically, and probably what your church website is right now, or any business website, is you have a contact page, and that's your one-stop shop for everyone to contact you, whether they need information on services, whether they need information on events, whether they need information on ministries. But what happens is you're creating an extra step and extra work for your visitors to have to get in touch with you. So what you want to do instead is whenever you want someone to contact you for a specific purpose, go ahead and create a specific contact form for that purpose. Now, Dave's going to pull up a website that actually I'm working on, because I want you to show that this is something that I'm doing right now. This is for a church in Houston called Cypress Fellowship. I'm building a brand new site for them, and we're going to start on the Plan Your Visit page. So just walk you through the journey, when a visitor lands on Cypress Fellowship's website, there's a big old button that says, "We'd love to have you plan a visit." And if they click on that button, it takes you to this page. And on this page, it has just a basic rundown of what to expect on Sunday. And as they go down to the bottom, there's a contact form that says, "Do you have any questions or need special accommodations?"
Okay, cool. I see that.
Um,
Okay.
this is actually something that I pulled from my university that I work at, because I think it's required by law on every flyer or event posting. There needs to be an option for someone to contact them for special accommodations. And you'll be surprised, ever since I implemented this, how many people email back and say, is your second floor, I saw you have children's ministry on the second floor. Is it wheelchair accessible? Do you have, what's it called? Expecting mothers parking? Do you have a cry room? A lot of people will use that form for if they need special accommodations. So instead of on the Plan Your Visit page, you just have email us if you have any questions, or click here to go to the contact form. You put it right there with a specific call to action. Do you have any questions or require or need special accommodations?
That's
Now,
brilliant.
next,
I mean, that really is. I never would. I really hadn't ever thought about that. That's really getting granular. And now that you mention it, it's a no brainer.
right, because if they're on that page, they're there for a reason,
Hmm.
and so they're going to have specific questions. Now, Dave's going to go to the staff page. For most churches, the staff and leadership page is actually the second most visited page on the website, which is unbelievable. So this is a very important page. Now, if you meet the staff here, and in this church, they also wanted the elders on the page. So you have the staff at the top. As you scroll down, you meet the staff, the elders, and then at the bottom, you have a form to connect with one of the staff or leaders. And in this form is specifically for this page. So it's not a generic contact form where you hope they'll put some information in. It specifically asks you, okay, do you want to connect with a pastor? And there's an actual field where you can select which pastor you want to meet to. So if I want to have coffee with the children's pastor, I can select, I want to have coffee with, I think, or if you want to have coffee with the worship leader and maybe talk about playing guitar, you can select, I want to meet with Justin. And what you can also do, if you have an advanced enough form, whenever they select a pastor, the form will email the response to that specific pastor. It takes a little bit more of an advanced form to do that, but that is an option. So again, on this page, instead of filling out a generic contact form, it's specific call to action. Do you want to connect with a pastor? And if so, who? Second example. Let me give you one more example. We'll have a few more in the article next
Okay.
week. Let me give you one more example. Dave's going to go to the Stephen Ministry for this church. This church has a ministry called the Stephen Ministry. It's basically a crisis ministry. If someone loses a family member, a house catches on fire, or God forbid anything else, this ministry comes alongside that person and just basically loves on them, shares Christ love, shares Christ hope, and provides whatever benevolence they can, is my understanding. Now, as they go, because people are here for a specific reason, they want to learn about the crisis ministry, probably what the crisis ministry can do for the visitor or a family of the visitor. So as you scroll down to the bottom, there is a contact form specifically if you have a crisis. And this contact form goes straight to the ministry leader. It doesn't go to the receptionist. It doesn't go to info@Cypress Fellow. It goes straight to the Stephen Ministry leader. It skips any middleman and it goes right to his inbox. So this one is specifically if you have a crisis, and it's not a generic contact form. It has, I think it's just name, email, and message right now, but we're actually going to build it to say, what can we help with, or what do
Right.
you, not what do you need, but, how can we help? And it will go straight to the ministry leader. So that's 3 forms right there, used in 3 different ways to communicate to a specific audience. Because when you micro target specific people that need that form, you have a greater chance of people actually contacting you. So, if someone was to need a crisis and they come to this page, if you did the traditional method and said, fill out this contact form, your contact form might say something like, we'd love to hear from you. And someone's experiencing a crisis. And you just said, we'd love to. Oh, man, I wish you didn't.
Right.
And when you have a specific contact form, you can really nail down who that form is for and how they should use it. When you do that, you'll have way more. I've seen up to 5 times more contact forms be filled out and sent in for people looking for that specific information. You'll just be amazed at how many people just want to easily fill out a form. And when you put it right there for a specific page for a specific reason, you'll just be amazed at how many people actually want to reach out and they just haven't because it hasn't been easy.
Well, one of the things that's cool about doing forms like this, unique forms, is you can tailor a canned response according to the type of thing that it is. So if it is a crisis thing, you had the name, email, phone number. You can have an automatic response, so they get an email back. They have to I wonder when they're going to contact me. And you can say, hey, we understand that this is a serious situation for you. We will be calling you within one of our crisis response people will be calling you within the next 30 minutes. Something like that, so that they now have a I was going to say they have a direction, but I guess they kind of have a direction. They know that the next step is getting ready to happen, as opposed to a generic, like you said, with all the different forms and stuff, and they get a form back. Thanks so much. We hope you really enjoyed it. We so look forward to ministering to you and your family throughout the years. And if you would like to come to our potluck, and they're like, no, my house burned down and I'm cold.
For sure, that is one of the things that you basically turn that generic form into a relationship building conversation, and that's absolutely the next step.
Fantastic.